Yeah, hit the likes and subs. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, they're in full coat mode right now. That's right. Subs.
Wow. Thank you for being here. Impromptu stream. Got maybe an hour of free time. I got some things I got to lay down. Some insights nobody else has come to. I'm honestly flabbergasted. I'm the first person to realize this. I've heard many reviews. If you just got here, sit down, buckle up. Welcome to the show. We got a great show for you tonight. Shout out to the crowd. We got Enslaved by Truth. He's already distracted me, throwing me off my game. He says, Samide stealing the Chili's bit. You seen this yet? No, I have not. My Chili's bit, not yours. Okay, whatever, dude. I'm the one who started the Chili's thing. I'm the Chili's patron. Stop throwing me off my game. This is a special show. We got Rich_3333, Jason. Shoal, Static Age Show, Moldy Coffee. We got Moon_, but we all know him as Moon Soon. God bless you. We got Greg Mello Forta, OTW, News, Toilet, Bowl, Earth, dude. Oh, my mic isn't working. Damn it. My mic isn't working. Shit. Fuck. Do we gotta start the whole thing over? This was supposed to be a great show. Hold on. Hello? Oh. I know exactly what's going on. We got an update. 1 second, dude. Is that better? Is that better? Thank you for telling me that, dude. Thank goodness, dude. Thank goodness. That should be better. Testing. Check 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2 1 2. We can hear you, but it sounds like webcam mic. I think I fixed it. Hopefully that's better. Anyways, no, it's way worse. Is it really? Quality's too high now. Shit, dude. What do I do, man? I don't know what. Who cares? I hopefully, if you can hear me, maybe. Anyways, this is a specific stream, okay, dude. I'm doing something. This stream's about the movie Odyssey. If you haven't seen it, then you're gonna be disappointed. If you have seen it, maybe you'll enjoy my review of it. If you don't give a fuck about it, you'll say this stream sucks. Why is he doing this? Boring. Okay. But you know, I got a great cut. Where's the link for the Chili's bit? You said, what about the Chili's thing? Yeah, never read chat, dude. Shit. All right, dude. So I recently went to a movie, The Odyssey, and before I had seen it, I saw so many reviews from Benny. Dude, I can't stand that Benny Johnson guy, dude. First of all, that guy just gives me weird vibes. I don't like the guy, but he's like, oh, it's a woke movie. I saw Critical Drinkers review. I saw this other guy, Lit Blazed Media or something. I saw his review. And I saw a lot of people's reviews, but nobody saw what I saw. And, you know, and everybody's, depending on the left, you say it's a great movie. If you're on the right, it's woke propaganda. But what was the movie? You know what I mean? What really was the movie? Technically, great movie. Unlike, unsubscribe. Yeah, unsubscribe. Unsubscribe, unlike. It was a great movie. Bayes Lit Analyzer. Yes. I saw his review. I saw a lot of people's reviews, dude. I was trying to understand what people thought about this movie. And for the most part, dude, if you don't know, dude, I might lean on a little bit on the right of the political spectrum, although I don't vote, okay? Don't believe in voting. So everyone's saying it's a woke movie. It's trash. It's boring. Some people are saying it's boring. Some people are saying this and that. Here's the truth. It's a great movie. It's fantastic. I love every character that was cast in the movie. First of all, we got Indian Greeks. We got Chinaman Greeks. We got Mexican Greeks. We got African Greeks. We got every type of Greek but a real Greek in the movie, and I love that. You know what I mean? It's beautiful to see a lack of representation. But I think that was intentional. I think it was a great thing to not have any Greek people in the movie. And I think that's a middle finger to Hollywood. There was also a transgender person. There was a woman playing a man in the movie. And they die right in the beginning. I'm like, wow, that's interesting. It's interesting. Transgender person dies right in the beginning. And you know, the funny thing is about this transgender person, Elliot Page, they're playing a man in the movie, but as soon as they talk, it ejects you. As soon as this person talks in the movie, it ejects you from your disbelief, and you immediately realize that is a trans voice, and it's not a man's voice. It's a woman trying to sound like a man, and you immediately are throwing. You're like, what is this shit? But I loved it. I loved the casting call of putting a trans person in that scene. And in other scenes as well, you get, you know, the Elliot Page is in a few scenes. And people are going to say, why are you saying this is all great? You know, Odysseus, his right-hand man was an Indian. Like, if you know a podcaster, Akash Singh, or think of any Indian besides the Simpsons one, and that's the Indian guy. And I couldn't even believe this shit. They had an Indian guy And this is what he says in one of the lines. He says, "We're Greeks. We're from Ithaca." Like, what the fuck? You ain't a Greek. You ain't a Greek guy. You're a fucking Indian guy, and it's obvious. It's obvious to me. It's obvious to everyone who's watching the movie. It's obvious that Elliot Page is not a man. It's obvious the Indian guy is not Indian. Who else is it obvious? They have a Chinaman. They have a damn Chinaman guy on the boat. They have a damn Chinaman guy in this Greek boat taking over Troy. Oh, let's not forget to mention the most beautiful woman in all the land, Helen of Troy, black, very black, the blackest woman. And you know, and I know that she is not the most beautiful woman. And it's like a joke. We know the Indian guy's not really a Greek. We know the trans person's not really a man. We know the Asian guy, the Chinaman guy, he's not really Greek. We know the Helen of Troy, the most beautiful woman, is not really the most beautiful woman. We all know it's a lie. But we all have to clap. It reminded me, the whole movie reminded me of like on prom night where they wheel out or they stroll out the Down syndrome girl and she wins prom queen and everyone claps and everyone applauds. But we all know she really ain't the queen. You know what I mean? She's not really the prom queen, but we're all going to pretend for one night she's the most beautiful woman there, or girl, whatever. I don't know. And it's all bullshit. You know it's bullshit. Everyone there knows it's bullshit, but they all clap. And that's what I felt Odyssey was. It was the Down syndrome girl winning prom queen. And it's believable. Everyone believes she really won. You know what I mean? Everyone believes that Down syndrome girl really is prom queen. And on paper, she's prom queen. But in reality, we know she's not prom queen. Oh, man. If I read the chat, dude, I'm going to lose all my train of thought and just plummet this movie review, which was the whole point of the stream, okay? But, you know, a lot of people would say this is woke propaganda. I think it's Nolan Ryan giving a middle finger to Hollywood. I think it's one of the boldest moves ever because he's basically telling Hollywood, I could have made a fucking masterpiece. But because we have quotas for the Oscars, here's a black guy. Here's an Indian guy. Here's a Chinese guy. You know what? Fuck it. Here's a transgender person. It's going to ruin the whole fucking movie and take you out of your immersion when you surrender your disbelief and you actually feel like you're watching something and nothing else exists in the world. But every time one of these characters pops up in the movie, you have to remind yourself like, oh, what the fuck? This Indian guy again? Oh, look at this black guy. What the hell's he doing here? The fuck? Oh, here's Elliot Page. Oh, they're not really a man, but why'd they give them so much dialogue with their trans voice? It just is, it ruins everything, but that's why it's so great. It's actually a great movie because of all of these intentional mistakes, right? And everybody has to applaud like it's brilliant, but we all know it's bullshit. And it's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid they have Indian Greeks. It's fucking stupid there's Chinaman Greeks. Lots of black Greeks. Oh my gosh. What's that guy? Oh my God, Chewy. But I loved the movie. I thought it was great. And I thought everything Nolan Ryan did was basically a middle finger to Hollywood. That's how I interpreted it. I didn't see it as him making woke propaganda. I saw him being petulant, passive aggressive, like, fuck, oh, is this really how we have to win Oscars? We got to have an Indian guy be a main character and a Chinaman on a Greek boat? Like, this is so stupid. But if these are the new rules, let's make it in your face and let's make it uncomfortable. And that's what he did, dude. He made it uncomfortable. He made it uncomfortable for you as the audience because you have to be literally retarded to watch that movie and then see the Indian guy and then see the Chinaman guy and be like, oh, yeah. They're Greek. They're Greek. But if you have a brain, if you have IQ, if you're really watching the movie, you're like, what the fuck? Why is that guy there? And same thing. And there's other movies where like a white guy plays. I'm trying to think of other movies where, there's They made a movie a while ago where they had a bunch of Egyptians and they were all white. Yeah, that was retarded too. You know what I mean? Stupid. Even though some Egyptians were maybe perhaps in the Greco-Roman era had lighter skin, but anyways, I love the movie, and I think Nolan Ryan did a great job, and I wish more people on the right would embrace it. Right, just embrace the fact that in order to make a quality movie, you have to actually make it terrible and unwatchable. It's just you lose the immersion as soon as you hear Elliot Page's voice. You lose the immersion when Helen of Troy, the blackest woman in the whole of cinema, is the most beautiful woman. You lose the immersion, and you're like, oh, this is bullshit. And that's my 15-minute movie review. I don't have much, dude. I should just end the stream now. That's pretty much all I got about it, dude. If you guys want to talk about Chili's now, we can talk about Chili's. Well, I'm a big fan of Chili's. But that's my movie review. I thought it was great. I thought the casting was perfect. I thought it was a middle finger to Hollywood. And I think everybody on the right missed the analysis of the movie. The analysis is that Hollywood sucks. Nolan Ryan knows that, and he ruined his movie on purpose. And I like it. I like that he, I proverbially shot himself in the foot. It could have been so good. That movie could have been great. Here's another thing. He made Batman. There's a scene in the movie where King Agamemnon goes through the gates of Troy, and guess what he looks like? Fucking Batman. And you're like, isn't that Batman? Why do you do that? That's retarded. But I like it, though. I like it. I like that he put Batman in the movie. Made total sense. But, what else was in the movie, dude? There's a couple things they should have done, maybe along the lines of the story. But, that's my review. I thought it was a great movie. I recommend everyone to watch it and see what you think, dude. What do you guys think? Did you think it was great casting? Did you really believe Elliot Page was a man? Did you really believe that Helen of Troy was the most beautiful woman ever when they showed her in the movie? Did you believe the Indian guy when he said he's a Greek from Ithaca? Did you believe that? What about the Chinaman? What were your thoughts when they had a boat full of Greeks and you see the Chinese guy there and you're wondering what the fuck's going on? How did he get there? Makes no sense. They might as and then they got the Mexican guy. What's his name? Sid from Ice Age. What's his name? Yeah, I don't know his name. But what did you think about that guy? And the whole movie was about the golden rule, which was interesting, right? What is the golden rule? Do unto others as you would do unto yourselves. And I thought that whole underlying message was actually a fuck you to Hollywood. Because Hollywood the whole time is like, black people need more representation. And then the Mexican guy, Sid from Ice Age, he says Mexicans need more opportunities, need more representation in Hollywood. Everyone needs more representation in Hollywood. But do they follow the golden rule in Hollywood? Do they treat Greeks and their story with the same reverence as they do black people or Mexicans? Do they get the same proverbial representation and treatment? No, they're completely excluded, and they're excluded from the golden rule, which I thought was a pretty obvious message, right? So I think it was like a passive aggressive backhanded slap to Hollywood. The golden rule, do unto others as you would do unto yourself. But except when it comes to Greeks and representation of Greeks in a Greek story, fuck them at that point. And they don't get the golden rule. And the Greeks invited the whole world into their house when they shared their story. And then we took the story and we said, you know what would make this story better? Indians, blacks, Chinamans, and Mexicans. That's what we said. We said, in order to really make this story great, we need those people in it. And it fucked it up. It fucked the whole story up. And that, that's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. But yeah, Hollywood doesn't follow the golden rule, and they don't treat other people how they want to be treated. Hollywood does not want to treat Greeks the same way they want blacks to be treated, Mexicans to be treated. And I can't wait till we get a movie about Japanese samurai and we get Indian samurai, just like they fucked up Rings of Power, dude. It's the whole fucking thing, dude. It's the whole same fucking thing. Rings of Power with a black. God, dude, I saw the season 3 trailer and I was reminded that, oh yeah, this is a black elf. What the fuck? This is a whole race of people. And we're just going to pretend there's black elves and there's Indian elves and there's Chinese elves and there's black hobbits, there's brown hobbits, there's all kinds of hobbits. None of it makes fucking sense, dude. It's like, oh, you know how like people say, you know, Coco Melon is eye vomit, just visually, the colors and everything. It's like we're doing the same thing with casting. Like, what the fuck is this shit, dude? Stupid. That's what it is. And dude, I hate to say it, but this is just a fact. All elves are white. Sorry. That might be racist. And people are like, it's fantasy, it's make-believe. Yeah, you know what? I guess if it's make-believe, orcs are really nice people too, huh? Fuck it. You know what I mean? Let's just make orcs the good guys. Retarded. No, elves are white. Sorry. That's what they are. You can make your own world up and it's not called Middle Earth, and you can have your brown elves and you can make up your own fucking lore about it, all right? But when it comes to J.R.R. Tolkien and his elves, they're all white, dude. They're all white. That's just how the story's written. That's just how it goes. Sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Then there are black people in Middle Earth. You don't need to put black people in the Rings of Power as elves as before because of, there was leaks. Oh, Elliot Page is casting. Oh, Helen of Troy is black. And so they already made up their mind. It was a woke garbage slop, goy slop. But no, it wasn't, dude. It was Stanley Kubrick-esque in its messaging. But nobody wanted to, nobody really had the insights that I have. I'm better than a lot of these other movie reviewers. I'm a lot better, dude. I got better insights. I'm better than them, okay? Well, it is what it is, okay? It is what it is. Nobody... I just wish people on the right would just appreciate Nolan Ryan for the master. It was a master class in backhanded, passive aggressive pushback on Hollywood DEI progressivism, and you wouldn't know that if you would know that if you could just put aside all your preconceptions and all your beliefs and just watch the movie for what it is. And each mistake, here's the reason why. Each casting mistake is intentional. And Nolan Ryan's not a dummy. Okay? Every mistake is intentional. Then you have to ask yourself, why are these mistakes intentional? You know what I mean? Why did he make these mistakes? Who are the mistakes for? Are they for me? Are they for you? Or are they for Hollywood? Where do the mistakes give him? The mistakes give him an Oscar nominee. Right? They allow him to have the DEI quota that allows him to get Best Picture, Best Supporting Actor, whatever. He's going to sweep the awards for his brilliant movie. And so the mistakes were intentional and they were jarring too. He could have filled the quota in different ways, but he filled the quota of the DEI and prominent characters. The very first, some of the very first characters you see, the black guy, what's his name? Dude, just slamming his staff. Dude, the rapper. You guys know the rapper. What's the rapper named? His name is, he killed all those people. No, he didn't kill them. They died in his concert. Fuck, what's his name? Help me out. What's that guy? What's the rapper's name, guys? I want to call him Quetzalcoatl, dude. I don't know what the hell this guy's name is. But anyways, he's immediately in the beginning of the movie. So is Elliot Page, dude. And so is the Indian guy. And these casting choices are front and center and jarring, right? As soon as you hear Elliot Page talk, it's jarring to you, and it just is unsettling. You know what I mean? And that's on purpose, right? He could have hid all of this shit. He could have made a movie, and Hollywood would have known it. But they have to lie to themselves and say, "No, this is great. This is Oscar worthy. Let him win." But again, it's just like my analogy with the Down syndrome girl winning prom, dude. Everyone knows she really ain't the queen, right? She really ain't the most beautiful, most popular, most social butterfly in the whole school. She ain't the captain of the cheerleading squad. Let's just put it that way. And so hats off to Nolan Ryan for not hiding the DEI progressive bullshit. He's putting it out front and center and saying if Hollywood wants to make a movie where a director or producer wants to win an Oscar, this is basically how it looks like. It's a movie where there's a total lack of immersion. And as soon as you watch it, you know this shit's retarded. But you're going to have to clap and pretend it's good, right? You're gonna have to clap and pretend it's good. You're gonna say, yeah, no, great. I loved Helen of Troy. She, just strong black female, just most beautiful woman. I love the Indian guy. Every time the Indian guy talked, I heard Akash sing. If you don't know who that guy is, he was on a podcast called what's the podcast with that Schultz guy. Golly, dude, I'm forgetting all kinds of things. I need to take some ginkgo balboa, dude. Akash saying he's an Indian guy, but the Indian guy in the Odyssey sounded just like him. I'm like, what's happening, dude? Why do I keep hearing that podcaster's voice? Oh yeah, it's because all Indians kind of have that same resonance, same tonal voice, dude. And that's not racist to say. Every group has that, dude. Every group has their kind of racial, tonal resonance that we all carry, dude. It's not bad to say that, but the Indian guy did sound like he was Indian and had an American accent. That's all it is, dude. And it just sucks, you know. And luckily, the Chinaman, I wanted to hear the Chinaman talk, but he didn't have too many lines. You know what I mean? You didn't really, and of course, dude, who's the baddie in the movie? White guy, obviously. It's Robert Pattinson. Who is Batman, by the way? Robert Pattinson is Batman. So he put Batman in his movie. And here's another fuck you to Hollywood. I thought that was an intentional casting choice. Tom Holland, which was Odysseus' son. He is in Spider-Man. And guess just what came out? Spider-Man. So he took... Nobody's watching this movie, by the way, and this is intentional. When you're watching the fucking Odyssey, you're like, damn it, that's Spider-Man. His movie comes out in 2 weeks, doesn't it? And not only that's like his third Spider-Man movie. So again, it's jarring. It's like, oh, fuck, yeah, that's not Odysseus' son. That's Spider-Man. No, it is Odysseus' son. It's also Spider-Man. And that's Batman, you know what I mean? He could have casted different people, but everyone was intentional. And I thought that was brilliant. Put Spider-Man when he has a big release in your movie to confuse the fuck out of people. I thought that was so smart. Just another brilliant move, dude. I mean, Nolan Ryan playing 5D chess out here and keeping everyone guessing. Everybody missed it. The whole, like, what's this story about? It's about a fuck you to Hollywood. It's super simple. And nobody saw it coming, dude, but me. And I'm surprised, out of all the reviews, nobody's seen the genius behind Nolan Ryan. Am I the only one? Am I the only one who saw this? And I couldn't believe it. That's why I'm like, dude, I got to do a whole show about this because no one can see it. Why am I the only one who sees this? Why is nobody saying this? Why did Critical Drinker, if you don't know who that is, or any of these other people who I watch, why didn't they see what I saw? Every mistake was intentional. He's not a dummy. He's brilliant. He's Nolan Ryan. So that's that, dude. We're at a half an hour of a rant. Wow. Is there anything else I could say about that, dude? Is there anything else I could say about that? Another thing is too, which was an interesting choice. I thought, so in the movie, Odysseus has an affair with Calypso, right? And Calypso is, I think, Charlize Theron. I don't know, but just for an older lady, she's not ugly. Okay. In fact, she's more attractive than Odysseus's wife. And I thought that was a fucked up casting too. I think, Calypso should have been uglier than Odysseus's wife, dude. I was like, why'd they do that? Why didn't they have this ugly, mythical witch woman who's giving Odysseus these lotus leaves and drugging him? Why didn't they have her be ugly? That would have been way better. Like, this ugly lady's drugging this guy and trying to have an affair with him. That just makes more sense, but I don't know. You know what I mean? Whatever, dude. I thought that was strange. And the movie was rated R. I didn't understand why the movie was rated R. There were a couple FUs. I was like, that's it. There's no nudity. Nothing like that. But it's just strange, dude. What else was about the movie? It was long. That's the other thing about it. Way too long. Fuck, dude. 3 hours. I was like, holy shit. Could have been longer too if they're really trying to be honest about it. But yeah, it was mastermind. It was a mastermind. Everything was intentional. Everything was intentional. And because here's the reason why. You have to ask yourself, again, why do you make these mistakes? Who are they for? They're for Hollywood. They're not for me because, he doesn't really care about his audience. He's selling tickets, dude. His message isn't for me, the audience member. He's not trying to brainwash me. He's trying to talk to Hollywood, dude. You think he gives a shit when he's making a movie about his message to the audience? No, he's talking to people above me. He's talking to the studios. He's talking to the financiers. He's talking to just people in the profession. He's saying, this is the best movie, and it's retarded because I got a woman playing a man, and it's retarded, and I know it's retarded. But give me the Oscar, please. So that's my review, dude. I'm trying to think of anything else about that. I might just end the show there. I did have any other thoughts, dude? I could read chat, dude, but reading chat right now seems intimidating. I don't want to read people tell me, "Oh, dude, you're wrong, Provo." No, I'm not. Go see the movie yourself. And here's one of the lines that I know I'm right about. When they're talking about Elliot Page, the woman who's pretending to be a man in the movie, one of the lines is, what's the Sinon, I think is Elliot Page's character. They'll say, the main character says, Sinon was the greatest man I knew. And everyone who's watching the movie that's intentional dialogue too. The greatest man I ever knew. Not greatest warrior, not greatest fighter, the greatest man. And you're sitting in that chair in that movie theater and you're saying to yourself, that's not true. That's not true. There's not even a man. How could this woman? It's like when I heard that line, I was like, it's when that lady won Woman of the Year. What's her name, dude? Fuck, dude, I'm forgetting so many things, man. What's her name? The lady married to the dude married to the Kardashians. What was his name, dude? What's his name? I can't remember, but when he won Woman of the Year, that's like what it felt like when they said Elliot Page was the greatest man Odysseus ever knew. And you're sitting there and that's a lie. And again, another intentional mistake where you're just, the immersion, you lose it. You're like, wait, what? That's a chick, dude. Change the writing. You know what I mean? They did the preferred pronoun in the writing of the movie where they could have just wrote greatest warrior ever or some shit like that. It's like, fuck. That ain't even a man, dude. Doesn't even sound like a man. So that pissed me off, dude. But I liked it, dude. And everybody, has their opinion about this movie. I suggest you see it. You tell me what you think. Watch the movie for yourself. If you think it's woke garbage, then maybe your view's correct. All right. If you think that that when Nolan Ryan makes realistic movies, that's the whole point. That's what he does, right? He makes movies that are quote unquote somewhat believable. He's not James Cameron where like it's Transformers and shit's just blowing up all over the road and like Autobots assemble. Like it ain't shit like that, dude. It's somewhat of a realistic Bane. It's somewhat of a realistic Joker, somewhat of a realistic Batman, somewhat. And everything makes sense. It's believable. And so here's my point. You have a track record for Nolan Ryan of what he likes to make in a movie, of what he likes to make. And then all of a sudden he deviates from that path. Then you got to ask her, is it Nolan Ryan? Am I saying the baseball picture? Fuck. Is it? No way. Am I retarded? I am, dude. Oh shit, dude. Fuck, I'm retarded. Is it Christopher Nolan? Shit. Thinking of the baseball player. Dude, I've been playing catch lately and playing baseball and t-ball. So forgive me. I've been playing catch and baseball lately. All right. Forgive me for that I think I've used the name Nolan Ryan for the past 35 minutes. My bad. Christopher Nolan. We all make mistakes, okay? Mistakes are how we learn. All right, made a big mistake there. My bad, my bad. Christopher Nolan, Christopher Nolan. What was I saying? I was saying Christopher Nolan has a track record. Look through his movies and you tell me if he implements woke bullshit or any type of societal pressure in those movies. My answer is generally, I don't think so. So what changed here? What changed here? I don't know. You know what I mean? Do you think all of a sudden he just said to himself, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just have an Indian Greek, a Mexican Greek, a Chinaman Greek. You think he just gave up on movie making and how he likes to make movies? Or was there outside pressure? Then you get into the conspiracy angle of it. You get in the conspiracy angle of it. Was he forced to do this? Was he told to do this? You know what I mean? He likes realistic shit. So you're telling me Sinan, one of the greatest men of all time, and that's in, but he's just looking at the screenplay. Is that what it is? He's looking at the script. He's looking at the writing. He's reading it, and he's reading the line where Odysseus says, "Sinan was one of the greatest man I ever knew," and he's thinking, "Oh, you know what would be great to cast here? Elliot Page." No, that shit's retarded. You know what I mean? Should have been Brad Pitt. You know what I mean? It should have been, you know what? A no-name man who looks physically intimidating. You know, that's what it should have been. So who did this to Christopher Nolan? AKA Nolan Ryan, as I've been calling him throughout this whole show. Who did this to him? Did he do it to himself? Did he have a change of heart all of a sudden where he's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to just do a smorgasbord of casting. It's gonna be like if I had to do my casting for this movie, I did it in New York. I did the casting for this movie in LA, where there's just so much diversity and maybe zero Greek people. You'd have to pick a place with high diversity and zero Greek people. So those are my thoughts, dude. Those are my thoughts. And is there anything else? I thought the score was great. The sound effects, whatever. I thought it was good. I thought, mechanically the movie looked good. The shots looked good. The storytelling was fine. Everything about it was, as a structure of a movie, it was solid. Everything was solid. The only thing that was inconsistent was the casting. And it was all intentional in my opinion. And, he could have, I think part of the DEI quota for Oscars is you can do the quota for your makeup department or, the black person could be the man behind the camera. But they got a ratio of minorities they need. And he could have hid the casting. Hid the minorities, but no, he put them front and center. And it's so bold, dude, to put a woman as the greatest man. I just couldn't believe it. And I don't have a drink, so this is going to be tough. I've heard the soundtrack was trash. It was fine. Sounds terrible. I'll never watch it based on this goy view. Jesus Christ, dude. Why do you guys, I should never read chat, dude. Nobody agrees with me, ever. That's why I got the greatest chat in the world. If you guys agreed with me, I'd be doing something wrong. I'd be doing something wrong if I read chat and you guys were bobbleheads. Dude, if you guys were bobbleheads and just saying, yeah, Provo's right, I knew if I read chat and you guys agreed with me, I knew I'd lost the plot. I knew my chat had become, what's it when a streamer's audience captured, but what's the chat? The chat's captured by, thank goodness you guys aren't persuaded by my bullshit. That's probably the most relieving thing in the whole world. Nobody takes me seriously. That's the most comforting feeling in the world, dude. That my audience doesn't bobble their head to my thoughts and opinions. Ooh-wee. And that's also how I know I haven't made it. Because as soon as you make it, dude, your chat just becomes like, yes, Provo, yes, you're right. Keep on going, dude. Keep telling us the truth. But nope, I got a great chat. They don't fucking listen to me at all. They don't even believe me. They don't even believe me, dude. I had an interesting experience before the movie, dude. I went to the arcade and I play this I play this Willy Wonka game where the quarters slide. You bit the quarters, shoot the quarters, and it pushes out the quarters and they fall, and Willy Wonka cards fall. And I was, I like the game, okay? I like the game. And I saw these young boys playing. They were like teenagers, and they had I had played it early, and I probably got like 5 of the cards, dude. And I'm saving up all the cards, and I'm trying to get the golden ticket so I can get 3,000 tickets for my kids. So I'm watching them play, and they got all of them. And I said, "Hey guys, how did?" And I saw they got real excited. As right when I was watching them, and they got a golden ticket. I said, "How'd you guys get a golden ticket? I've never figured that out." And they told me. And then I said, "Oh, that's cool." And I go about my business, dude, and I'm playing some other game. I see them leave, and I'm like, "Oh, I'll go play that now." And they left a Willy Wonka card. I said, "You know what, dude? I need this. This is one of the cards I don't have, but that's stealing. And I don't want to steal from these young men, dude, who have a dream of getting 3,000 tickets." So I go say, "Hey guys, you dropped this," and I give it to them. Oh, and they're like, "Oh, thank you." Anyways, long story short, dude, that was nice of me. And I'm leaving, and I see the guys are back at the game again. And I say, "Hey, how many more cards do you guys need? And what cards do you need to get the 3,000 tickets?" They say, "We need a Mike TV and what was it? Violet Beauregard, or it was Oompa Loompa. They needed an Oompa Loompa and a Mike TV." And I said, "Oh, I got those." I get out my cards to give it to them so these young men can have 3,000 tickets. And I'm trying to be nice, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm trying to, look like a nice guy. I'm with my wife, like, look how nice I am. I'm helping out these young men get 3,000 tickets. They out-niced me. They said, whoa, no, dude, how many cards do you need? I'm like, I'm not even close to getting them. So just take my Mike TV, take my Oompa Loompa. You guys got the golden ticket. Go cash in. Have a good night. And they turned around and they gave me their whole stack of Willy Wonka cards and a golden ticket. And they said, "No, you take ours." And I said, "What?" They said, "Yeah, take all of our cards, take the golden ticket. You can have the 3,000 tickets." I said, "Oh my gosh, did I just get out-niced?" And I did, dude. How often does it take have you ever been out-niced before where you're trying to be nice to somebody and they're nicer to you? Wow. Wow. I was so thankful for that. I came home and I told my kids, I'm like, "Guess what I have for you? Every Willy Wonka card and a golden ticket. Now we have 3,000 tickets. Can't wait to go back to the arcade. We're going to have a blast." And so, it was just that short story was just about karma. It was about doing the right thing. And when you're nice to other people, sometimes that shit comes back right to you. You know what I mean? It comes back right to you. And I think that shit can happen when you're an asshole too. And I've experienced being rude and, it's like a trickle effect. But I got out nice, dude. I got out nice, and, it's fine. If you get out nice, it's not something to be ashamed of. I was happy about it. I was like, "Damn, those are good kids." I live in a good community. You know what I mean? I live in I love Utah, dude. People here are nice. They give you all the Willy Wonka cards and the golden ticket. Unbelievable, dude. It's unbelievable. I need to get that sound effect. Dun, 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 it's unbelievable. And I'll play it right there, dude. You need to breathe. Sorry, dude. I'm trying to wrap this up. I can only stream for about 5 more minutes and I have to go. So, and I have no water. I can't sit here and stream all night like some people, dude. Freaking A, dude. I got 10 more minutes maybe, and then I got to leave. And I had to fit all of this in. What else do I got, dude? And I'm actually very hot, dude. This hoodie, dude. It's about 100 degrees outside, and it's, ooh, it's hot. I'm sweating. And I'm pacing, dude. But that's my review. That's my little monologue story. I don't have much to report on. I just am grateful everybody stopped by for this review. Hopefully, if you disagree with me, I already know every one of you do. So thanks for telling me. If you're watching later and you do disagree with me, let me know in the comments how wrong I am and how much of a retard I am to think what I think. But I greatly appreciate every one of you who stopped. I should have read chat, but they tell me They tell me not to read it. They tell me not to read it, so I didn't read it. I didn't read it. But God bless you all, dude. We got Killer KI7720. We got Dr. Vales. Nice. Toilet Bowl Earth. Nice. Dude, if I read chats, dude, I'm gonna get triggered. So I can't. I just gotta get a big thank you to everybody, dude. I think I saw Mr. Made by Jim Bob here. God bless him. When's the baby due? Any day. Any day. Thanks for asking. That's what actually, pretty exciting, dude. Pretty exciting. Any could be today. Could be soon. We're gonna find out pretty soon. Which is, dude, it's crazy. I was thinking about this, just about the hospital. This isn't. I shouldn't share the story here, but dude, they could like. There's some things like what. They can make you stay 48 hours at the hospital if they're like worried about shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Hospitals are like prisons sometimes, dude. They can like force you to stay. That's bullshit. People will tell me you need to do a home birth. You need to do a home birth, dude. Oh no, thanks. And I saw this too, dude. I don't know. Maybe it's my algorithm. This should be a different monologue because I gotta finish soon. I saw this like how having children lots of children is a status symbol in society. I'm like, how the fuck is that true? You know what I mean? One of the reasons, not the only reasons, but one of the reasons I've shared this before of why I wanted to have more children. I initially thought, it's financially hard, it's difficult, it's challenging, but I saw a Mexican family in Utah and I knew they were illegals with 5 kids. And I said to myself, if they can do it, I can do it too. No excuses for being a pussy about it, dude. If that Mexican illegal immigrant family can have 5 kids, I can have 5 too. I can have 6, I can have 7. I can push the limits, okay? But I don't, and it's crazy to me that I saw this YouTube video of like having more children is a status symbol. I'm like, what? Of like being wealthy and rich. I'm like, what do you mean, dude? Like the people who I see having lots of kids none of them are rich. I do know some people who have lots of kids who are wealthy, but from what I see, sometimes it's the impoverished who have lots of kids. And people, dude, I don't understand some of this logic. It's like kids are expensive. If you're on Medicaid and you're poor, kids they're free at the hospital. You could just have them in the hospitals, and it just blows my mind, dude. If you're on Medicaid and you have a kid, dude, free of charge. But if you make enough money, it's like $10,000 more. It could be more. It could be $20,000, $60,000. I don't know how expensive kids are depending on where you live, but I know after taxes, one of the last kid I had was like $8,000. That's what I had to pay, and I couldn't believe it. $8,000? Fuck. And then the Mexicans here and the illegal immigrants and the refugees, they just get to have kids for free. And if you're an American and you make enough money not to be on Medicaid, you're paying for it, dude. I think if you're an American and they're like, oh, we have a population problem. How about we incentivize Americans to have children by allowing them the opportunity to have, free, not free healthcare, just free birthing at the hospital, just a free of charge. You have a kid, free of charge. If you're an American, it should be, if you're an American and you have a kid in our country, free of charge. And it's just so ass backwards where if you're an illegal in this country and you have a kid, free of charge. So dumb. It's so retarded. I can't, sometimes I can't wrap my head around it. And people are like, oh, it's weird. People will argue that these illegals need health care. We need more. I get so frustrated. I shouldn't have even talked about this shit. Maybe because I got a big bill coming soon. Oh, damn it. It is what it is, dude. People say it's expensive too. This stream's supposed to be about Odysseus. I just fucked the whole ending up. Should have never talked about that stuff, but I do have to go now. Could push it 10 minutes, dude. But I don't want to talk about this anymore. I want to say if I want to talk about this, it'll be in a couple days. It'll be a great monologue. I'll share my experience at the hospital. Where dude, the last time I went to the hospital, every other sign is in Spanish. It's dumb. But I'm not reading chat, dude. I gotta go. You still got that purple fireplace, dude. Don't worry about my purple fireplace. That's crazy. EBT did me dirty, dude. Damn, that's crazy. He reviewed my early live stream, dude. That didn't hurt my feelings, but I was like, whatever, dude. That's when, what was that, 6 years ago? Shit. I was little, dude. Whatever, dude. Whatever. I thought it was, he was funny, dude. They call me Koresh, David Koresh. Nuts. All right, I'm gonna head out. You guys have been amazing, dude. Couldn't be more grateful for everyone here who stopped by. You are all the best. I got the best chat, dude. Other people like really hype up their chat. They're fucking liars. Okay, don't believe you hear, dude. If you hear anybody say they got the best chat, they're liars and they stole that from me. Okay, I got the best chat. All right, me. And my stream. What's a stream without a streamer? Okay, have you ever thought about that? I thought about that today, and I said, "There's a stream waiting for me." And I'm the streamer for it. And so that's how this got started. You are all amazing, dude. God bless you all. I could glaze the chat all day, dude. I could glaze them all day. Glaze them all day, dude. I'm kid maxing, glaze maxing the chat, dude. So grateful. You guys are amazing. You guys are the best. We'll see you. We'll see you in a couple days, dude. We'll see you in a couple days. God bless.